Okay, hello everyone and welcome back. It's SoupaSoka, and we're gonna run Scarlet Monastery Cathedral today. And we actually, last time we kind of flew to Stormwind, ended up here, and what I need to do is train my level 38 skills. Yeah, so that should, sorry, I'm looking at party chat down here. We're still getting our group together, but I need to train my skills, so I need to go up here to the Cathedral in Stormwind, and let's see, how's it going, Oh, you? Wanna run SM Cat? Alright, so the plan today is to get SM, our Scarlet Monastery Cathedral going, and that'll give us a chance to finish off our In the Name of the Light quest. So we need to kill two named mobs in Scarlet Monastery Cathedral, one being High Inquisitor Whitemane, the other being Scarlet Commander Mograine. Yeah, so we'll probably go and train our skills now and then take a break while I sit here and try to find a group. And then we're mostly here. I mean, we have a 58 druid. He'll be our healer. I'll be DPSing, which is fun. I don't get to DPS a lot. We have a 43 paladin tank. It's kind of a weird group. It's a priest DPS, a paladin tank, and a druid healer, but the levels are high. A 43 paladin and a 58 druid is massive. So let's see, what was I looking for? Here we go, priest trainer, great. Alright, train me, level 38 skills. Dispel magic rank 2, removing 2, okay. We've skipped that already as a 36 skill. We don't use smite, holy fire we're skipping, resurrection I have been skipping just because I'm cheap, I guess. Holy Nova requires Holy Nova rank 2, requires Holy Nova rank 1. Okay, yeah, so we can't train that anyway, that's a... Holy Nova is a holy skill, if I recall, right? Yeah, Holy Nova. Causes an explosion of holy light on the caster, causing... It's basically an AoE spell. It also happens to heal our party members, but we are not holy spec, so we can't use that. Flash heal. We could probably get a new flash heal, probably be good. A new renew would probably be nice. And then... a new mind soothe. What does this do? Level 40 or lower. So it actually allows us to use it on higher level targets. We're gonna pass on that for now. We haven't really used it a lot, but let's go ahead and get renew and flash heal. Yeah, so a new renew and flash heal. Looking for 2 DPS for SM Cat. Until we have a 58 healer. Okay, so what did I just train? We trained flash heal and renew. So I want to get our little toolbar down here updated. Let's put, what rank do I use right now? Rank 5, let's put rank 6 on there. And flash heal rank 3, let's put flash heal rank 4 down here. And let's see, flash heal 2, flash heal 3. I usually do a down-ranked version of everything for when I'm actually healing in an instance. So instead of using like rank 6 renew, I'm going to use rank 5 renew for the most part when I'm healing. Looking for 2 more DPS. If you know anyone, let me know. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause the video for the moment while I look for people, and once we're back, we will keep going. Okay, so we actually have a group together now, and we're also in South Shore. So I left Stormwind, took the long flight up here, obviously just cut the video for that. Before we get going, I want to show you some of the new gear we have. So we have a pair of gloves now, some black mage weave gloves. These are really nice. It adds 15 to spell damage or healing, and that's going to replace our 6 intellect, 6 spirit gloves. We also have a cloak that's 5 spirit, 5 stamina, so that's actually 1 more intellect, or actually, sorry, that's yeah, 1 more spirit and 1 more stamina than our current cloak, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out. That's easy enough to do. And let's go ahead and disenchant our old one, and it's, you know, it's 1 stamina, 1 spirit. It's not a huge increase, but you know, anything extra is always nice. Now the other things we have in the mail, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. M Freelock sent a Shadow Weave pants to us, and 1 gold is really nice. Thanks so much. This is super helpful. Really helpful. These are really nice pants. So let's go ahead and grab our gold and grab our pants, and we're gonna leave everything else there at the moment. So what this actually is, these pants, they give us 6 stamina, and let's see, compared to our current pants, we lose 7 intellect and 6 spirit, we gain 6 stamina and 21 to our shadow spells and effects. So we're going to equip this for sure. I'm also going to equip these black mage weave gloves. The mage weave gloves are probably going to keep always on us, but the shadow weave pants really don't help us too much if we're ever healing in an instance. So I think we will hold on to our Gaze Dreamer pants and use them in the event that we're healing is in a group setting, because this will at least give us 7 intellect, 6 spirit, whereas Shadow Wave pants really only give us 6 stamina. And 6 stamina is nice, but it doesn't do a lot for us in a healing setting. And the spell damage there obviously does nothing for us if we're just healing. So we will want to maybe hold on to those pants, but I think the gloves I can safely get rid of. I don't think there's any scenario where I'd give up 15 healing for 6 intellect or 6 spirit at this point. So now, since we're actually in Hillsbred Foothills, as I mentioned, and we don't have any buffs on right now, so let's go ahead and fix that. Let's get all these buffs back up. I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and keep running north. So what we have to do is the same route we took the last few times. We're going to run along Hillsbred Foothills here. We're going to go up through Alterac Mountains along the lake, and we're going to jump into Tearsfall Glades through Undercity. Now, our group is a little interesting, and I don't want you to get too surprised by this, but who's this? A Night Elf Rogue? Let's go ahead and toss a little buff over for a Rogue for... Oh, never mind. Hey, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. I'm going to go ahead and dot that random shaman over there. Not really looking to start a fight with anyone, but that rogue I think might engage there in a moment, so I'll go ahead and help out. I was going to give a powered fort buff to the rogue, but the rogue seemed to disappear suddenly, went stealth, and that was the end of that. Okay. Thanks for helping, by the way, Beckby. Yes, so let's talk about the group. So I'm 38. I'm going to be DPS as a Shadow Priest. Yep, pretty much that's it. I guess I should have gone left back there. Beckby is a 58 Druid. Beckby is healing spec, I believe, for the most part. So Beckby is going to mostly be healing for us, but also do a little DPS when there's available time for that. Santorum is also a guildie, level 43 Dwarf Paladin. And Santorum's going to be tanking for us today. So we're going to have another Paladin tank. And you might recall us having a Paladin tank in Library, Scarlet Monastery Library, a few episodes back. In fact, that whole group was weird. We had like 4 healers and 1 DPS. And the tank was a Paladin. It was a healing spec Paladin or something. It was really bizarre. Let's go ahead and shield up so I don't get dazed at all here. It's a really bizarre group. And it was, honestly, some of the comments in the video are pretty funny. People were pretty impressed that I didn't freak out on the group. Honestly, it wasn't a great group, but it was fine. I mean, we got through it. We didn't really wipe out. You might. Let's see how it goes. So anyway, yeah, so we have a Paladin tank, but a 43 is a high level. I mean, Scarlet Monastery Cathedral is an instance that is really designed for around levels, I would say 37 to 40 is kind of ideal range. You could probably you could probably go in there at 36 reasonably, with like a level 36 group. That's pushing it, but it's doable. And above 40, of course, you could go in, but you're maybe wasting your time a little. Like, you're not going to get a lot of experience or any great loot, possibly, if you're level 43 or above, 42 or above. So we have a high-level tank. We have a very high-level druid, like exceptionally high. We have a Rufus, I don't know exactly how you say his name, who is a level 40 rogue, which is a great level for Cathedral. It's the upper end, so that's really nice. And then we have Torion, who's a 33 mage. Now Torion is way under-leveled for Cathedral. In fact, I would say that Torion is probably going to not be able to do much after the first room or so. What will end up happening is the mobs are just going to be too high level, and there's going to be tons of resists. Now, at least Torion can make some water for me. That'd be really nice. Can I get whatever water you're able to make, Torion, once you're here? So that's unfortunate, but it's level 25 water probably, which is really, what do I have here? It's probably the same as my sweet nectar, or my enchanted water, so that's going to be the same, I bet, hopefully. So anyway, that's the group. So we have way high level druid, a slightly high level paladin, upper level rogue. I'm like right in the middle of the level range for this instance, and Torion is well below the level range. And we actually, basically, we had the 3 of us. It was me, Beckby, and Santorum. And every time I see Santorum, I think of, what's his name, Rick Santorum, who I think was I forget his position. He was a presidential candidate in the U.S. For this election and the last presidential election in 2012. And he wasn't a very strong candidate. He never got very far. I think most people think he's kind of a jerk. I mean, he just never had a very high percentage of votes in either election, as far as I recall. But he, Santorum, Rick Santorum, I think he was the governor, I believe, of some state in the southern U.S., but I don't quite recall. Anyway, so that makes me think of Santorum every time I see that name. However, hold on a second, I need to power report myself still. What I'm expecting here is that our group's going to go pretty well. So we had is, that's what I meant to say. So it was me, Beckby, and Santorum. We were going to trio it. And then, because we thought, you know what, this is plenty. Like, we don't really need more than that. It should be fine. But then we decided, okay, let's go ahead and... I don't want to go in there just yet. Well, they said, let's go ahead and add someone else to our group if we can find anyone. So I did a quick world check. And Rufus very quickly said, yeah, I could come along. That's a great. Rogue doesn't steal any of my gears. That's perfect, and it's more DPS. And Torion, in the guild asked if he could join, and he said he thinks he's too low level though, and we decided that throwing in a level 33, it's not going to hurt anything. The worst thing that happens when you bring a low level to an instance is that the low level will draw aggro from a distance, right? So that's the biggest concern you have. Now. I guess I'm not that worried. Really, in a 58 Druid, as a healer, it's going to make it a lot easier, but even it's able to do some DPSing, so that's pretty good. So it should be fine. I'm not too worried about any of this. Now here's our secret route once again. We're going to jump through this wall, and hopefully we don't get stuck. Last time we got very close to getting stuck. I was in a legit panic, and our hearth here is back to Booty Bay, which would be horrendous if we have to hearth back to Booty Bay. This Booty Bay, if you don't recall, is on the very, very southern tip of Eastern Kingdoms, and unfortunately Scarlet Monastery is on the very, very, very northern tip of Eastern Kingdoms. Now I think that time, that was much better, excuse me, that was much, much better that time. Very, very easy for us to sneak through there. Yeah, that was great, that was beautiful. That's like the best, I've done this a few times this route. I've never had it be that successful, so that's really handy. Now, I think most of our group is here. Tearsfall, Scarlet Monastery, Western Plaguelands. So, our druid is still heading over, but our druid is presumably on a level 40 mount. Yep. So, the druids are going to be very quick over there. And, in fact, if you look at the map, you can see Beckby's down the bottom right. And Beckby will most likely get there about the same time I do. I believe Rufus is already there. We're going to jump off this cliff and take some fall damage. Yeah, but I believe Rufus... I want to just say Rufus from now on. Instead of Rufus or Ruffvus, I'm just going to say Rufus. So Rufus, I think, is already there. Or very close. I believe he said he was there. And what we're... Ultimately, by the way, what we're going to do today is there's some gear that does drop from these mobs, from the named bosses in this instance. It'd be great if we get some awesome gear. Now, if we don't get any great gear, I'm going to wave hi to our friend there, Kyriak, the level 28 Orc Warrior, who stops to target me and look at me, and I really don't want to have to fight him. Now this is Tearsfall Glades, which is a friendly, I don't know what you call it, a friendly zone for the Horde, so they're not automatically flagged for PvP, but we are certainly flagged for PvP here. And by the way, if you don't know, you can see the indication of whether you're PvP flagged. On the left side of the screen you see all of our character portraits, especially mine in the top left. Is the largest one, but you see a little crest, a little shield there, that blue shield with like the gold decorative pattern on it. That indicates that we are flagged for PvP, which means a Horde character can attack us. If you don't see that flag, then you're not. If you don't see that symbol, then you're not flagged for PvP. And if you're Horde, you would see instead like a kind of a circle symbol that with like a red. It's like a gray and red, gray symbol, gray circle with like a red design in the center. That's the Horde sign of being PvP flagged. I assume most people know that, but every now and then people tune into my channel, and especially for these videos that are instance runs, people like to kind of jump in and see the instance run, but don't maybe watch the rest of the series. So I'd like to explain a few more minor details as we're going along. Now, we have a lot of quests we're tracking here. I want to go ahead and clean up my UI a little, make things a little bit cleaner over here. So, yeah, you may notice that we're running in the same spot again, suddenly. I got rolled back about 3 to 4 minutes, from Tearsfall to Alterac. So, yeah, the server crashed. And it's kind of unfortunate. So the server crashed, and I checked, and this is Chronos 1, by the way. I checked Chronos 2, and Chronos 2 was still online. I was able to log in. I have a character over there that I literally have never actually played as whatsoever. Like, I made the character, and then never logged in. Anyway, so Chronos 2 was up. Anyway, Chronos 1, however, crashed, and we actually got it rolled back. And I've had that happen a little more frequently in Chronos 1 recently than maybe a month or two ago. About a month or two ago, I never had crashes. It never crashed for me. Or maybe like once every few weeks it would crash, but it didn't roll back. But the last week or two, I've noticed the occasional crashes that have caused rollbacks. And this rollback was fairly substantial. I mean, this was like a... I don't know, how long is this rollback? Let me put my fort buff back up. There's a solid chest over here somewhere. Where's that chest at? Is it in the house? Looks like it might be. I wonder if I can sneak in here. I just want to see where this chest is at. Let's do this. Oh, this is a bad decision. This is a bad decision. We're going to fear all these things away. There's way too many mobs there. I do not want to fight all those. And I don't really have time to deal with all of them right now when our friends are waiting for us. Anyway, there's a chest. There's also a quest there I wouldn't mind finishing. We got to kill this Nagaz guy. Guards like a little chest in there. But anyway, we're going to leave that for now. But yeah, that rollback's gross. I mean, we just rolled back like, I would say 3 to 4 minutes. I mean, we rolled back all the way from Alterac. Not Alterac, sorry. We were in Tirisfal. We were like around here. Like we had crossed this road already. That's a sick rollback. And it sucks too because we had a beautiful cross through this little that route up here that's hidden. So I'm fairly sad about that. Ooh, 44 attack power chest. I don't know if that's really better than what I have for my warrior. I think my warrior has something that's like 18 strength plus some agility plus some stamina or something, which is pretty similar. So I'm probably don't need that. So where's everyone else? Is everyone pretty much there? Tirisfal, Scarlet Monastery, Scarlet Monastery. That was an insane rollback, to be honest. That really was. That's the worst rollback I've had. Absolutely the worst rollback I've had so far on this server. Like, I mean, maybe ever. That was a substantial rollback. Let's hope we get over this jump again fairly easily. Uh-oh, it's not going to be as good this time. Okay, let's try this. Let's go back up the wall. Alright, that's maybe better. Nope. Still stuck. Okay. I'm gonna go back up to the top of the wall here. Try this again. Nope, stuck. Okay, we might need to jump out of the wall and kind of get all the way back up here. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Okay, let's get back up to the other side. Huh, I'm kind of stuck. You know what? I wonder if Furbolg form's messing us up. I wonder if that makes us a little bit taller. So we're like kind of hitting like the ceiling there. Kind of felt like it. Yeah, there we go. No, I'm still not quite there. Huh. Might need to speed up this portion of the video. I do have another idea here. Let's do this. Where is Discipline? Levitate. Let's cast Levitate on ourselves. I want to see if this helps. No, Levitate doesn't help at all. Because we can't jump when you're levitating. That was dumb. Alright, we're going to speed this up until we get it to work. Whew, okay. Wow. So, I'm starting to convince myself that's not the best route to take. I'm starting to think that that route is actually not that much faster by the time you really wiggle through there if you don't get a good jump the first few times. Because, man, that was not smooth at all. Not even remotely smooth. Although I did figure out that the Furbolg form... I'm pretty convinced the Furbolg form does mess things up a little bit more. So let's go ahead and throw a levitate on, and we're just gonna float off the edge here. I think that seems fun. I don't get a levitate very often, but it seems cool to me. Alright, 2 level 6 is interested. There have been some confusion in the guild much of the day, but to clarify, we'll do an AQ1 in about 50 minutes. Again, if people are interested. Huh. Interesting. So our guild's running an AQ20 run soon. So, boy, that was a scary getting stuck there moment. But we're almost done. We're almost there. And this should be a pretty fast run in Scarlet Monastery. Like, I don't think this will take very long. We're well leveled for us except for Torion. If Torion was 36, I'd feel really good about it being quick. At him at 33 means there's a good chance that we'll have some slower moments. Yeah, Beckby. So Beckby, what he's saying is he has to work out his spells because unfortunately, I don't think you can cast high-level healing spells on low-level characters. I think there's a limit to that. Yeah, I guess he might have to rearrange his healing bar a bit. But so someone's asking about gaining reputation with Ironforge or Nasus. But really, generally for vanilla WoW, I think you generally will need to generally to get reputation with the 4 major factions, the easiest way to do that is to farm Runecloth. Farm Runecloth. That's definitely the way to do it. Yeah. Okay. So, I may be healing now instead of DPSing, which is also fine. I am okay either way. DPS is more fun, of course. But I should be fine healing. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to switch things up, and I think it would be faster to have Beck be DPS. I think it should be faster. So we'll see. I guess I will maybe be in Nemar's. Ooh, what's that? It's 10. Is that better than we have? No, we already have a nice augural shroud. Okay. Let's go ahead and shield up. So we will be instead healing this time, which is fine. To do that, what we want to do is we want to put on our Gaze Dreamer pants. That's better healing stuff. Increases healing done by spells and effects by 15. What hands do we have right now? We have 15 damage and healing. This one is 15 healing plus 3 intellect. So we will use those for the moment. Basically gives us 3 intellect. It takes away our... you guys have the key? I don't. Someone's got to have the key, right? Someone, maybe? Okay, they're good, they're good. There we go, they let us in. Alright, in we go. Really? Thanks, man. Okay, in we go. Alright, so here we go. Scarlet Monastery Cathedral. Let's go ahead, Mage Water, please. Let me go ahead and buff everyone up. What do we need? This, and one of these, and one of these, and... looks like Beckby's already buffed, so Beckby's good to go. Okay, we got our water. Let's go ahead and put our water on our toolbar down here. Let me drink. Let me get my DPS gear on. Okay, Beckby's gonna be DPSing. Great. Yep, good. Anyone want lead to mark? Otherwise, I can mark. Mark the wild, please, Beck. Ah, thanks. Okay, here we go. I think we're ready to go. The nice thing is we're gonna be in Furbog form this whole time, basically. Let's mark this bad guy. Let's go ahead and... what Shadow Word Pain do we have in here? Rank 5? Is that the highest Shadow Word Pain I have? Rank 5? Yep. Okay, good. Let's do that. And who am I supposed to be healing? I'm supposed to be healing Rufus. Got it. Let's throw a dot. Oops, I don't need to do that. Let's throw a dot on this one. Beckby's taking some damage, apparently. I have a feeling Beckby's going to be pulling a lot of aggro. In fact, the other thing is my heals aren't going to do a lot to Beckby, because what do? They heal for... wow, those are really low ranks, those lesser heals. I should probably... do I have a better lesser heal than that? I feel like those are pretty worthless. Let's do that. Okay, there we go. Flesh heal, lesser heal. Those lesser heals are so small. It makes me feel like it's a waste to be using those. When I have Renew or my larger heal here, rank 4 heal, I am going to use larger ranks of things for this because we have such high level people here. Flash heal rank 4. Okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead and heal up friend here. Okay, Santorum's gonna mark. Let's give him leader. Alright. Alright, okay, sorry, I was just kind of organizing a few things here. In the meantime, we can wand. Okay, Sant, you've got lead. All good now. Who wants to renew? Let's toss a renew over here. Alright. Scarlet Monastery Cathedral, by the way, is a fairly easy instance. In terms of layout and all that, it's nothing too complex about it. Where's our mage? Our mage is right here, Torion, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's a fairly, simple instance, I would argue. Let me silence that mage in the back. Let's go ahead and throw a heal onto Santorum. Now what we're doing is clearing a lot of the trash right now, of course. And if we look at the layout of the instance, we entered here. We entered here. It's the top left. So, let me explain first. Scarlet Monastery is it's an instance that's split into 4 wings. And these 4 wings go from, lowest level is maybe 30 to enter, and the highest level probably is around like 38 to enter, roughly speaking, in terms of what I would call the ideal level range. Now, if we look at this map I have here, this is Cartographer is the add-on I'm using, which lets me see the instance maps. Normally you don't see instance maps with the basic WoW UI, so that's kind of a cool thing that it lets us do. Now let me throw a shield on our friend back here, and Torion is getting kind of knocked around a bit. Let's throw a renew on our druid. Everyone's looking pretty good now. Got a little hectic there, especially since I'm talking while I'm doing this. Anyway, no problem at all. So, if you look at the map, we basically enter, there's a hallway here, and there's a big courtyard here. You don't need to fully clear this courtyard. If you're really careful, you can kind of sneak right through here, and to the center of the waterfall, and kind of to the right of it, there's a little ramp up, and then there's 3 bosses inside the instance, and those 3 bosses are relatively cool bosses. One of them is a very simple boss, but it's kind of hidden. It's kind of a fun secret boss, which I like. I think it's really fun. There's kind of a hidden boss over there. And I guess Shadow Word Protection might be nice, but I don't think any of these mobs in here cast Shadow Word Protection. Let's go ahead and pull this thing. Or sorry, I don't think any of the mobs in here cast Shadow Spells, so I don't think Shadow Protection. Sorry, that's what it's called. Shadow Protection is really necessary here. I think we'd be wasting our time maintaining that on everyone. Let's throw a little flash heal on Santorum. Now, let's go ahead and kill this rabbit too. I hate those rabbits. Boom, got him. Alright, we're going to go ahead and silence the spellcaster here, the wizard. That makes things a little bit easier for us. No AoE. I think these things do Arcane Explosion and then like Fireball or Frostbolt or something like that. Now it's very possible we're going to pull aggro off these mobs to the right here, so we need to be very careful. As Torion aggro, let's go ahead and shield Torion right now. Just to take care of that, let's fade out, which I don't really need to fade, but I obviously had aggro from that sorcerer, so I wanted to fade, but it worked out fine without using it really. because our druid friend over there picked up aggro very quickly. Oh, Rufus needs a little bit of a heal. Uh-oh, a little bit of a lag there. A little bit of lag there, not a lag, but little lag there. Let's go ahead and finish off the sorcerer. And there's really not a ton of trash in this part of the instance. Once we get farther up, you'll see there's quite a lot of trash, actually. I'm going to back up, then let it pull the aggro. Someone take the aggro off me before my Furbolg form pops in, please. Nope, that's okay. No problem at all. Is there anything over here? Let's go ahead and loot this. Looks like it was nothing there. Alright, I'm going to renew myself. Could use a little bit of a heal. And we're doing pretty well here. Now, this is pretty much the ideal route through this instance, I would say. Where's our mage? He might pull aggro behind us. Aggro, maybe? Wait for Tori. Okay, we're good. This is the way to go for sure through this instance, by the way. I really like this route. I think it's absolutely the way to go. And you can bypass a lot of the mobs here. You don't need to clear off to the left. There's a ton of mobs. There's no necessary reason to kill them. Much to the right, there's no reason to kill those mobs either. It's much easier to just kind of go through the center water route, in my opinion. I pretty much never see a reason. Honestly, that mob we don't need to clear. What I would clear is these 3: this defender on the left, this myrmidon right in the middle that I've got targeted, and this centurion. And then there's a 4 up here, and that's probably all we would need. Even with a level 33 with us, that is a good chance of aggroing stuff. I don't think we need to clear this much. I think we are being a little excessive. Let's just dot everything, and let's throw a fear down. Why? Because I can. I don't know. It's just fun. I'm not sure what we're DPSing. There's no targets being marked, which is fine. But if I'm not going to mark targets, then I'm just going to try to hit whatever the tank is hitting. That's the best you can do, is just try to aim wherever the tank is aiming. And that's why it's good to turn on target of target. So in the Blizzard UI, there is a setting you can select, and I'll show you that in a little bit after this fight. Let's go ahead and heal up Beckby. Alright, so if we go to... oh, we still have a mob up. Okay, go to UI here. Interface options. There should be something here. Display... Advanced options. Action bars. Something. Somewhere in here. I'm not seeing it now. But there is a thing in here to display target of target. And I don't know where that is. I'm missing it apparently. But somewhere in there is something that lets you see your target's target. That's super useful. You should use it. Like, no matter what class you are, it's very handy. If you're a tank and you're targeting a mob, and that mob targets someone else, you will see who has pulled aggro from you, so you know where to kind of what's going on. If you're a DPS and you're targeting, you know, the raid target or the mob to kill, you can see that it's targeting the tank, and if suddenly it switches to a different target, then you know you need to back off on DPS. And you can see where it's running to also is one of the nice things about knowing the target of target. And then finally, if you're a healer, target of target is nice because you know who is going to be taking damage from the target. So there's many reasons to have target of target enabled. And then also, actually, the other thing I was going to say is, as a DPS, if you select your tank, you can see who they are targeting. So you can see who they're about to damage, you know, throughout raiding and whatnot. It's very useful. So target of target, highly recommend it. Please use it if you have any interest in, you know, trying to maximize your efficiency while leveling, or especially grouping. That's where it's useful. It's mostly grouping. Alright, let's go ahead and throw a shield on Beckby. I don't know why, but I just kind of want to. Honestly, it's a very easy group to heal. Our Paladin tank actually seems like he's a very good tank. He seems to know what he's doing. He's making good pulls, and he's using good decisions in targeting. I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do. And our Druid is just doing a bunch of damage, which is fine. Things are going well. And let's go ahead and dot this one. Sure. Let's dot them both. I don't care. Why not? And let's see. Who is our tank targeting? Okay. This Centurion. I guess I should probably heal up our tank a little bit. Basically, my whole point here is to be healing at this point, since I took over as a healing role from Beckby. But I got a little bit of aggro, unfortunately. Let me just fade out of that. Makes my life a little bit easier. I haven't used Fade a lot, unfortunately. People have mentioned to me that I need to be using it more, and they're right. I've really forgotten to use Fade consistently, and it's on my toolbar, so there's really no reason not to. Fade is super handy. You should definitely use it if you're a DPS priest, if you're Shadow Priest or Holy Priest. It's handy. Just use it. And by the way, what Fade actually does. So the description says that it fades out and discourages enemies from attacking you for 10 seconds. More effective than Fade Rank 2. It doesn't actually decrease your aggro from a mob permanently, but it will temporarily lower your threat that you've generated from a mob. So that's basically all it does. And so once the Fade is gone, it will your threat will go back up whatever amount it was reduced by. So it's very similar to Taunt. But it's like the opposite. So a warrior will taunt someone, and that gives them basically, like, I don't know, you consider almost like a maximum amount of threat, like the infinite value high level of threat. But as soon as taunt is done, that threat disappears, all that extra threat. So it's like the inverse of taunt in a way. It's like an anti-taunt, I guess you could say. Whoops, I healed right as the guy was pulling. So here's what we're going to do. We will just DPS this thing a little bit. We're going to keep an eye on Santorum. He's going to take a couple more hits and he's going to need a heal. I still haven't gotten my grid add-on working, by the way. I need to do that. I just haven't done it yet. But I will eventually someday get grid working. Grid is like a healing UI. It's useful for a lot of things, but especially for healers, very useful. It'll just show like a nice display on screen of everyone in your party or in your raid, and whether they need to be healed or decursed or anything like that. And I had it working briefly, but then it like bugged out on me, and I really have no idea what happened to cause it to glitch, but it hasn't worked since. And I basically I'm going to uninstall the add-on and then reinstall it, but I haven't gotten that far yet. I just haven't been lazy, I guess. In fact, I've been busy enough that I've not had a lot of time to play WoW in general, so I haven't felt like spending that time messing around with add-ons that I'm not going to use consistently anyway. Like that add-on I'm really only going to use when I'm grouping. And after Scarlet Monastery Cathedral here, I don't know when we'll be grouping again exactly. It might be a little while. Now let's see, do we need any buffs rebuffed? No, I think we're okay. Okay. Let's put a renew on Santorum. And a little heal. It looks like our guild is going to be running AQ20 soon. So one nice thing is Anchorage launched in the last week or so. And my guild has just now gotten enough 60, so we're starting to do level 60 instances. We haven't done Molten Core really yet. We've done like a kind of Pug Molten Core. We've gotten a little bit of progress there. But the level 20 instances like Zul'Gurub and Anchorage are pretty nice. Okay, so server crashed again. Thankfully, wasn't really... I don't think... Looks like no rollback at least. Doesn't seem like we got rolled back at least. Which is very fortunate. Is everyone here? I feel like we're missing someone. Oh, there's our rogue. The rogue stealth. Got it. I did roll back. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we did have a rollback, I guess. Whoops, I have the wrong toolbar out. There we go. Got it. A slight rollback. Yeah, not a terrible rollback. Look at... Yeah, okay, so there is a slight rollback. That's a bummer. Yeah, so the server, oh my gosh, we just got to get through this. We're making more progress and the server's rolling us back at least, but we're going to have to book if we want to get through this quickly enough and not just be sitting here all day dealing with this stuff. Well, that's a pretty nice chest. 15 strength, 4 stamina. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. What's in here? Let me try and take a peek. So this is the Crusaders Chapel of Scarlet Monastery Cathedral, and it looks... There's a little lever here. What happens if we pull this lever? No idea what that did. Okay. Good. The mage got it. That's fine. Nothing really too... It doesn't really matter there. Okay, that was an easy kill. Oops, I'm trying to loot the bodies. Is there loot here, or is everything done? Okay, I want to scooch over a little bit. And what do we need to do? We need to get a little Furbolg form out. Let's go ahead and put another renew on our paladin friend. This is going pretty smoothly. I think our rogue might be... Oh, no, rogue is back. Okay, I thought he might have been AFK. Let's get in a position to heal Santorum. Okay, he's doing okay. And I like to let people kind of get a little low on health. I think it's a little more fun that way. And also it lets us kind of soak up more mana. I guess I should fade out of here, since I was taking quite a lot of damage at the moment. These champions, they do run pretty far, so you gotta be careful not to have them run away and aggro everything. Now, if you can get a good look in here, I'll turn off the UI for a moment. You can get a really good view in here right now and see what's going on. Like, this is the big boss over here. One of the big bosses, Scarlet Commander Mogran. Yes, please. Please? Please? Still messing that up a lot. There's a secret room with one of the bosses. There's 3 bosses in here. But if we don't have time, I am also okay skipping it. So there's a secret room in here. The boss is super easy to kill and it drops caster gear, I think. So it would be really nice for us to kill him, because I think there's a good chance I could get something really good from him. I actually don't know his loot table off the top of my head, but I am pretty confident it is good stuff. Uh-oh, Mr. Beckby over here is taking some extra damage. I'm gonna throw... Oh, she full healed herself, which makes sense. What do we have here? There's 2 targets that like to... I need to silence. But let's silence that one. At least get that crap off of there. Let's go ahead and dot it. Bear tank is tanking, so that's making things easy. I went ahead and dotted it just so we can, when it starts running, we at least got some damage over time going. Gives a little better chance of us being able to kill it before it aggroes some other pack of mobs. It's really nice on mobs that flee. It's really nice to dot them and slow them. Because what happens is, let's say 15%, they hit 15% health. They will usually start running. It's somewhere between 10 and 20% health. I think it's commonly about 15%. And so because of that, it's really nice to slow them, so then they don't run as far or as quickly, of course. You know, so slowing is the best thing you can do, but if you dot them, that means you're also dealing some damage while you also auto-attack or do spell casting or whatnot. So the dot is really handy for mobs that are going to flee, in my opinion. We're just spamming some flash heals here. I guess I haven't really used my normal heal. I don't know what Santorum's doing. Okay, Santorum is just hanging out there. Let's go ahead and cast a big heal on Santorum. Scarlet Gauntlets. Those are pretty nice. Pretty good for like warriors and such. Ooh, Santorum got him. What is Santorum? Paladin? Great. Good, good. It's nice that when someone's a little bit high level gets some good gear. Feels good to know they're not wasting their time in here for nothing. Now Santorum is over there. He's out of line of sight of us at the moment. I'm still drinking for the moment. I'm going to drink until he gets to about 60% health. Then I will come and help him if he's still taking damage. Although it looks like our druid took all the aggro, which is perfectly fine. I was able to drink up just perfectly. I'll go ahead and rebuff myself with Inner Fire, Shadow of Protection, and Fear Ward. Although I don't think any of the mobs in here fear, so it's maybe a little bit unnecessary. We're going to cast a big heal on our Pally tank there. And let's see, we got 3 mobs there. A Scarlet Abbot. Let's help kill this Abbot before it runs away. Which, there we go, got it. And let's go ahead and cast another big heal on Santorum. Santorum, you're gonna be fine. Don't worry, don't worry. I know I let him get a little bit low on health, but he's gonna be totally okay. Although that last heal, how much does it actually heal for? 700? It seems like it does a lot. It seems like it's using a lot of mana for very little actual healing. Like the rate of, like, flesh heals 200 to 400 is about 1 point of mana for 2 points of healing. The big heal is about, oh no, I guess it's more efficient. I guess heal is more mana efficient than flash heal, which makes sense. Flash heal so fast. Lesser heal is a similar level of efficiency, but the speed is nice. Some of the important thing is that there's the different speed. We have 2 mobs here. Let's go ahead and silence this guy. How much percent of hits I am getting? Amazed. Yeah, that's good to hear. So Turion is saying that he's surprised how many hits he's landing. And these mobs are 5-6 levels above him, so it's, at this point I'm really surprised he's actually landing anything also. Once you get to 5 levels above, it really is difficult to land hits with spells or even just melee attack. I mean, it's just not easy. Let's go ahead and pull this thing maybe. Oh, what are we doing? What are we pulling? Sure, let's dot him. Uh-oh, we got a big pull here. Okay, I need to, I'm going to shield Santorum right now. And focus on the heals on Santorum. Uh-oh, Santorum, uh-oh. Is he gonna die? I think he's okay. Bear stepped in, took over the heals. Or took over the tanking, really. Still have 4 mobs to deal with. It's kind of gross. Big heals, my bad, my bad. No problem. Yeah, that pull was not a good pull. I mean, he basically pulled 2 packs at once. There's really no reason to do that. He should have tried to, it wasn't a good pull. He should have done a ranged pull. But it's okay. It hardly matters. We have a level 58 healer in the group that can also tank. And, of course, I'm here as the main healer, which I'm kind of low on mana, so just kind of hanging out for a moment while Santorum does whatever Santorum's doing. And that's the other thing. Santorum can heal himself because he's a paladin. So, there's a lot of nice things we can have going on here. And looks like Beckby should have this wrapped up. Can we kill this one before it pulls the boss, though? That'd be really nice. Got him. Okay, let's go ahead and throw a shield on Beckby. Just make sure he doesn't have to jump out of bear form and heal himself. That'll be plenty to cover him. Okay, great, great. Maybe we get a good item out of his somehow, possibly? Nope. Let's throw a renew there, and let's throw a little heal on. Oh, Santorum got healed up by our druid. Perfect. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna sit down and drink for a moment. Except for the rogue. This is one thing I always loved. Playing a rogue, by the way, is so nice. There's no prep time. It's just like the fight ends, and within probably 8 to 10 seconds, you have full energy. You wait for people to heal you. You go in stealth. You're great. I probably AFK'd 80% of the time in raids or groups as a rogue, because you basically wait for everyone to drink. So I would just like alt tab and like read, I don't know, the news or something. It is really funny. Like, being a rogue, rogues are by far the simplest class to operate in terms of raiding or groups or whatever. There's really nothing you have to do. I mean, it's extremely easy. Let's clear the room to the right next. I loved my rogue. I miss playing rogue sometimes. It really is so much fun. Good pull there. That was good. Okay, let's hope we don't somehow aggro the boss from our little guy. I mean, that's level 42 elite. I'm really hoping our mage... Where's our mage at? Did our mage get through here already? I don't see our mage. Okay, we're good, we're good. We do have all these guys to deal with. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and silence that wizard for a moment, because that wizard's annoying. It gives us at least 5 seconds without having AoE, Arcane Explosion type of stuff spammed on us. And I'm just gonna spam a few more heals on Santorum. Oh, there's that AoE I was just talking about. The silence must have ran out. I did throw a Renew on Rufus at the beginning of this fight, just to kind of keep him topped off a little better, because he was taking, you know, some AoE damage from the wizard at least. And I think he pulled aggro at the beginning of the fight, and got whacked a couple times with the champion, so I just wanted to handle that. Warbringers, oh, let's go ahead and fade out of this mess. Warbringers, Spallers of the Boar, okay. Nothing we need. Just gonna wand down the Centurion here. I want to go ahead and cast a Renew on myself, a Renew on Santorum, and a Renew on Beckby, which I won't do a lot because Beckby has so much health. Let's loot this, let's loot that, and let's loot this guy. Okay. Now we've got a single pull here. This is a very easy pull, just one little mob here, Scarlet Monk. Might even get a little bit of melee action here to get some dagger skill going. Yeah, because really this is a super easy kill. Monks do a lot of damage, by the way. They really hit hard. Also, it's really easy to raise weapon skill on Chronos. People tell me that I'm wrong. I disagree and still feel that weapon skill is way too easy to skill up on Chronos. Even high level weapon skill. Now, this is a secret room here. You go open this torch up, and then you get to the boss in here. And we're going to go ahead and silence the boss, who is immune to silence. That's kind of a bummer. This is High Inquisitor Fairbanks. And High Inquisitor Fairbanks is an undead. It's clearly just like locked in this tomb, back here, this tomb. So that's kind of funny. I don't know why he's back here in this room all by himself. He must be just thinking weird stuff. I don't know. We're getting good loot. Dusty Mail Boots. It's like the only thing I think he drops that is not good for a spellcaster, so that's a bummer. But away we go. Maybe someone can use it. Santorum. Nope. It's all greed roll. Okay, so total junk. Okay, clear the left now. Oh, there's something back here maybe to loot. Did I forget to grab this? Nope. There's also a glitch on Chronos where lots of times you'll see glimmering, glowing stuff when there's nothing actually there. Even if someone else already looted it and there's nothing there, you'll still see the glow sometimes. I just faded on accident. I meant to Shadow Word Pain. So that's a little frustrating sometimes on Chronos, but it's not the end of the world. Now we're almost through this instance, and we're down to the final 2 bosses. There's one boss here, the other boss is hidden behind that door. I'll explain that in a little bit. And then we've got a few of these stupid mobs here to take care of. I'm going to go ahead and silence the wizard. I'm going to go ahead and put a Renew down. The chaplain was sheep, but seemed the sheep broke because it's on consecration. So paladins have a really good AoE, or a relatively good ability to AoE aggro things by casting consecration. That's that yellow glow you see on the ground. If you really pay attention, you can see it actually emanates out from the paladin. The paladin's in the center of that glow. So the paladin is casting consecration, which is super nice for drawing aggro because it deals damage to every mob within the area that's standing on the consecrated ground. So consecration is very cool. If you play Hearthstone, you'll probably know of consecration. It's a base card, or like the classic set card for paladins, and it deals 2 damage to all enemy minions and the opposing hero for 4 mana. It's a really good card, to be honest. I'd say consecration is considered one of the... It's an amazing card in Arena, and it's considered probably used in most paladin decks. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Okay, well, this is going pretty well. The Scarlet Monk over here is about dead. There's another Scarlet Monk over there, and we've killed the champion already. I should probably throw some heals around, because everyone could use a little bit of topping off, maybe. Santorum especially. The Druid I'm not really worried about healing too much, because our Druid friend probably would heal herself for the most part. We are entering combat now. Who just took... Oh yeah, Torion must have gotten aggro. No problem. How did I get aggro? I guess my Renew is on someone. Alright, let's do this. Let's fade out. Let's throw a Renew on Torion. And we're going to wand down this monk. And after this now, let me rebuff and drink after this. We need to rebuff because our buff's about to run out here. Power Word Fort, it's like 2 minutes from running out. Manual, strong, anti-venom, greed. Okay, so let's see, who can we rebuff? Let's start by rebuffing ourselves, and we're out of mana. That was quick. Alright, gotta drink, then buff 4x, then drink again. Yeah, so I need, what do I need here? I need 745 mana, so I need about, that's really like, let's say 750 mana, which times 4 is 3,000 mana. So we need 3,000 mana, we're almost there. No time to drink. Okay. Who else needs buffs? Let's do this. Do buff. 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 And let's drink again. Yes. Focus the Inquisitor after res, because she can heal. Yep, that's correct. So, the way this fight works is we start off by fighting Scarlet Commander Mograine. He's more of a tank type of character. We want to kill him first. When he dies, he then gets rezzed by someone that runs out of these gates in the back, and then we have to fight both of them at the same time. When that happens, we want to focus the second person that comes out, because she is a healer, and she will heal him if you don't kill her. She's also easier to kill. She's a little bit squishier. So, the plan will be to focus him, then focus her when she runs out, then focus him again to kill him a second time. Okay, ready. Pretty much ready to go. Let's go ahead and cast Inner Fire on ourselves. Shadow Protection. I mean, we can Shadow Protection everyone, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Go ahead and drink again real fast. Probably shouldn't have spammed Shadow Protection the last second before they're pulling, but I'm going to go ahead and drink while they're doing some DPSing here. Make sure everything's good on my end. Beckby is probably going to not need a heal, but I might as well throw a big heal on Beckby, since Beckby seems to have the aggro. And put a renew, and let's wand this guy once. We didn't even get a wand on him. So lame, so lame. Where's our buddy? Here we go. Here's our pal, White Mane. Strangely, we should have been stunned. Weird. Shouldn't we have been stunned? Did I get the kill for that? Oh, that was strange. We should have been slept before we were able to damage her. So, that was weird. Like, she's supposed to run out and sleep everyone. I'm gonna shield myself, and I'm gonna fade away. And yeah. So the fact that we got damage on her was quite fortunate for us. Can I silence her? I wonder if I can silence her. Immune. Okay, that seems fair. It's like we shouldn't be able to silence her, right? Let's go ahead and dot this guy. And I guess I should probably be healing our tank here. Okay, we just got credit for killing White Mane. That's great. And now let's finish off Mograine here. And that'll be the end of our quest. That's the quest we're working on here, is In the Name of the Light. I think I forgot to mention that this video. That's one of the major reasons we're here, is to wrap up this quest. It's not going to give us anything too great, but it's something we can turn in. That's a really nice shield for someone, and that's a not very great hat. Okay, we're definitely going to greed the shield, because we're not going to use it otherwise. Is there anything else to loot from these guys? Nope, and nope. The White Mane Chapeau. Is that how you say it, Chapeau? Who's White Mane Chapeau? Greed, 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 greed. Need for White Mane Chapeau. Torion could probably use it more than me, because honestly, 14 and 14 Spirit, 9 Stamina. It's really nice stats, but we would lose our plus spell power, and I really want more spell power right now. So I really don't know if I would use that. I'm just gonna pass on it. I'm really trying to stack more spell power. Great. Great. Thanks a ton, everyone. Really good group. Can we get a portal out? That was really easy. What do we need? What do we want to? Where do we turn this quest in? We turn it in South Shore. Okay, no problem. Torion cannot do much for us, which is no problem. Oh, 40. That's right, 40. Okay. Gonna hearth then. We all good? Yeah, leaving group will also just like force hearth you. So. Alright, everyone looks good. So we're going to go ahead and leave the party. And if you leave the party, that'll force you to hearth without using your cooldown, actually. So that's kind of handy. But yeah, that's Scarlet Monastery Cathedral. We need to go to South Shore to turn in our quest, unfortunately. But it's not worth the run down there. I think it's more efficient if we just hearth, and then later on we can fly up and turn it in. Unfortunately, the rewards, the Sword of Serenity is a great tanking sword. Really good one-handed tanking sword. Bone Biter is a very good two-handed axe. Warriors will probably use that and enjoy it. It's there's lots of other good axes in this level, like Whirlwind Axe is probably comparable, and the Ravager, which you get from Scarlet Monastery Armory, is probably also comparable. They're all different, but any of those three are probably all considered good weapons. Black Menace sends a shadowy bolt to enemy causing 30 damage. That's a rogue, probably I'd say an offhand or usable as a main hand, possibly. It's okay. I don't know the proc rate on that chance on hit. And Orb of Lorica, nice stats, very nice stats for an offhand, 6 intellect, 11 spirit at this level, but unfortunately it's still, I don't know if it's better than just having plus 10 shadow damage. I'm not sure if that's really better. It might be something it's worth taking and use it as like a healing gear. So like when I'm healing, having those stats is certainly better than shadow damage. Let's go ahead and put our shadow gear back on. What do we have here? Gloves of Faith. Okay, let's do this. Yep, we got our damage gear back on, but that'll be all for today. So that was Scarlet Monastery Cathedral. So now we finished all 4 Scarlet Monastery wings. Pretty successful, I would say. Not great loot from any of them. We basically just cleared them relatively easily, but we didn't really get a lot of great drops. It would probably be worthwhile for me to run Library again, at least Library, to try and get some loot there, because there are some good things that drop from Arcanus Dome. And we might do that another time, but not this next episode. I think we're going to work on a few quests we have. We have a lot of quests stocked up. Might be worth completing a few quests next time. But anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.